Try me again, my peeps. Understand, big up on yourself this morning to everybody. You know, long me day I set up the office and I wait. Jesus Christ. It's a pleasant good morning to all of my fans and Twin Supreme Radio Show fans. Big up on yourself to all who tune in already, all who watch stream live. You understand? So, you know, we not waste no time. We now hold up the show this morning. Small endorsement, Goofy's Garage. For South Spring Road for your fine mechanic and bodywork service. The number to call Goofy's Garage is 847-1156. Same way. Bowl and Bossy Entertainment, Water Lane Studios. You can get your finest engineering, music, in mixing, in recording, and producing. Same way. Then do video editing, video shooting, and all these things. Same way. The number to call Bowl and Bossy Entertainment is 775-1921. That's a number to call Bowl and Bossy Entertainment. Same way. You see me? We are endorse on our friend page, same way, so you can go check him out on Instagram, same way. You understand? Hillside Graphics Tees, same way, so you can go check them out for the finest t-shirts, same way, graphic t-shirt designing. If you know what you call it, custom made. If you don't want a custom t-shirt, you can check them out as well, right? So big up on yourself to all of my fans them who are tuning in, who are streaming this morning. We never all of the time in the same way, you know, when they cover fear. And you know, we never finish all of the fear factors. So that's why let's go jump right into them this morning. Same way and cover them same way. Hillside Graphics Tees, big up yourself over the same way, you see me? But you can check them out. You see number 432 7882, that I number. You see me? The Hillside Graphics Tees. Yeah, big up on yourself. Yeah, man. So we go just get right in the show and we go start it away. Yeah.
And cause them to go through a living hell on earth. What do you have to say to that?
Oh, voila.
I get what I want by exercising self-control.
Okay.
It is not so good for my own business, but I suggest you emulate me instead of criticizing me. You call.
So, Devil, I tell you this morning what happened with mass fear. Same way, I give thanks and thumbs up to the people in the world who are fighting freedom of speech, freedom of rights. Same way. I guess we get some great insight and some great feedback in our world right now in terms of all these things, because the people them really need, you know, brother, the bucketive out there, you know, brother, to really represent we as people, you know, because we there, we represent for ourselves. And the people are trying to take our power, brother, without we understanding what going on. And you know the reason why me think say then thing I really come up and we so easy? Because we don't really understand. And lack of knowledge, brother, and understanding, brother, can just do these things like fly by day, brother. You understand? So Eminem can just bring in fear factors in a way right now. So we go just go through a couple things same way. We go cover how we senses work, because I explain to one of my fella friend about physical sense and spiritual sense. I want to know who understand anything at all about spiritual sense. Because just like how we have physical senses, a 5 sense, we have spiritual sense, and how much people understand about spiritual sense and how much senses the spirit really have. Alright? Big up on yourself to all the streamers, all the livers. The people who share in Supreme Radio Show so far, who like, share, and subscribe. I want to give you big up this morning for the radio show. Trust me, it really make me feel proud of myself. And you know, if you do the same way, if everyone somebody has stream, me give thanks. Because I never say 98% of everybody in my own. So if you never get 98%, God have 2%. And what are 2% for God? If God give me 1%, I'm still grateful. So big up on yourself to all of my fans, them, all the streamers, them, all the subscribers, them, same way, everybody who there so are willing to start opening up their mind and think, because we have the mind power, you know, we have the ability now, you know, if we can fly, you know. You understand? If we can disappear, you know. But guess what? We never learn these things. They never teach you how to use these senses. So guess what? Instead I work for us, they work against us. Alright, big up on yourself to all our tuning in. So we'll get back in our show a little bit.
And cause them to go through a living hell on earth. What do you have to say to that? I get what I want by exercising self-control. It is not so good for my own business, but I suggest you emulate me instead of criticizing me. You call yourself a thinker, and you are. Otherwise, you would never have forced this interview on me. But you will never be the sort of thinker that frightens me unless you gain and exercise greater control over your own emotions.
Let us get away from personalities. I came here to learn more about you, not to discuss myself. Please go ahead and tell me of the many tricks you have devised for gaining control of the human mind. What is your most powerful weapon just now?
So we have put on some clarity on the devil and on the way them on ensnare you and the clever tricks and device and the style them on use for you as human beings. So when you have these tools, then you can use them back against him. Or instead of him using against you, you can know if you look out for same. And when them you see them, just like how I say on the show, you can think, look on the difference between all of the thoughts that come in your mind in terms of negative thoughts and positive thoughts, and then get a book or a calculator, check these thoughts, negative versus positive, and see who or which side are you more dominant. If I positive force in energy in you more dominant, or a negative energy in you more dominant. All right?
It's a difficult question to answer. I have so many devices for entering human minds and controlling them that it is difficult to say which are the most powerful. Right at the moment, I am trying to bring about another world war. My friends here in Washington are helping me to involve America in the war. If I can start the world to killing on a wholesale basis,
Voila. Who really pay attention enough to hear what just said just a while ago by the fear God himself, because you hear a man say he might try to get the world start the next world war. Right now, who knows right now Corona is a war? And Corona, because the man them understand, say all of the physical war them were going in the past was stupid to them in terms of what the result then get in terms of them not gaining the power where them really want from we the people, the control we, because we push back and we fight against the notion of them and what them are trying to do. Right? So guess what now? See where the devil come up with one better war. So it's mind war along now. Silent war. So listen what I go on.
able to put into operation my favorite device for mind control. It is what you call mass fear. I used this device to bring about the other World War in 1914. I used it to bring about the economic depression in 1929. And if my opposition had not double-crossed me, I would now be in possession of every man, woman, and child in the world. You can see for yourself how near I came to world domination, the thing I have been struggling to attain for thousands of years.
So you see, as me I explain my people, see me, these are the works of the devil. And the only clever device the devil use is fear. So you're out in a road and you're there, you go and do your thing, see me. Every single thing that you fear in your life. You want to ask yourself a question and say, how am I get that fear from? Or how this really come about? Or what is so bad about this? So me fear so much. So me can stop my life and stop doing the things when me want to do because me fear this. Me have people who around me, who afraid they all drive, brother. They have money, we all have car. Amount of people there road who own car have this big old fear. They hold them back of driving. That's them that never take one of them own a car and drive them proper give somebody to drive. You see how fear these people, brother? Crippling that it. You have to watch these things. Pay attention, my people. Twin Supreme Radio Show fans, big up on yourself. This man we here at its best. You know you go big up on yourself. We just share insights and ideas how we can become the best version of ourselves. Because until we understand how the devil works upon we itself, then we can know how to put ourselves in a different position in terms of how we think and how we act.
Yes, I see your point. Who wouldn't? You are a very ingenious manipulator of the minds of people. Is your devilish business carried on only through people of high position and great influence?
Oh no. I use the minds of people in all walks of life. As a matter of fact, I prefer the type of person who makes no pretense of thinking. I can manipulate that sort of person without difficulty. I could not control 98% of the people of the world if all people were skilled in thinking for themselves.
I'm interested in the welfare of those people whom you claim to control. Therefore, I wish you to tell me all of the tricks by which you enter and control their minds. I want a complete confession from you. So begin with your cleverest trick.
So no go get a confession from the devil himself. How no can defend oneself against the devil. It's just like somebody attack and them talk about God, them look up in the sky and them say God up there. So me I say, God no in you. He say yes, God in him. So me I say, if God in you, devil in you, no devil in him. So me I say, oh, it work. Me say we everything work as energy. If God are energy, devil are energy. And energy work just like the battery. And the battery can't work without positive and it can't work without negative. So everybody have to understand, say guess what? All the way you they look for out a door or outside of yourself, you know, exist, brother. That's why you see all of the church and all the religion people and brother where you see teaching people how to look with an outlook instead of inward look is so lost for so many years. Big up on yourself, as me telling them people, you know, can call in on the show in number 5303187. But the next 15 minutes from now, you can call in, you can share your ideas and your insights, one or think same way, or one want express on the channel same way, because this is not about me and what me think. And when me think, I must know nobody else think, you know. But guess what? We want to get individual ideas and how we look on the same way. The art of communication for me and how me look on the same way is one of the greatest thing a man can have, because just learn how to communicate effectively with everybody who you come in contact with and see how much better your life will be. Daddy. Can me look on it and I say, God no. Just imagine the whole of we could have unite and think as one unit. And when one want a strength, we can give him a strength. When you forget a strength, to get back a strength same way. You see me? Just imagine the world we would have lived in that day. I tell her this can be so much better, you know. But guess what? Corona go done soon, because guess what? Man, them a catch up on them and know, so guess what? A pandemic, a plan thing, this brother. And me feel a way if you know, say all the people who take a vaccine, when they realize what they really do to themselves, the fear itself will kill them. Not even taking the vaccine, but the fear of taking it, and then when you realize a trick, the man them trick you. Hey, brother, me I telling you, know. The my government guy, you know, all who involved in brother, them a go to prison, you know. Me I tell you, know, I wouldn't go to prison and get death sentence, you know. Just watch I go on. Watch it. My people, big up on yourself. Watch I go on.
This
Get
is
back in that shit.
suicide you are forcing on me, but I am helpless. So settle down, and I will place in your hands the weapon by which millions of your fellow Earthbound will defend themselves against me.
Tell me first about your most clever trick, the one you use to ensnare the greatest number of people.
If you force me to give away this secret, it will mean my loss of millions of people now living, and still greater numbers of millions as yet unborn. I beg of you, permit me to pass this one question unanswered.
So His Majesty the Devil fears a mere humble earthbound creature? Is that right?
It is not right, but it is true. You have no right to rob me of my most necessary tool of trade. For millions of years, I have dominated earthbound creatures through fear and ignorance. Now you come along and...
You know why me pause this? I mean, I think about the same way. Me is a victim of ignorance. You see me? Big woman thing. Twin Supreme, Radio Show fans. Your host is a big victim of ignorance. And once me start educate myself, that's why I encourage all of my Jamaican fellow friends and everybody out there in the world where things say after you stop go to school, that is it for education. You know, start it. One have to learn to educate himself and with just the information to feel say, yo, after me done go to school, this is it. Brother, lessons to life, brother, is a endless thing, brother. Because the only thing Yahweh asks for do for him is seek for knowledge and wisdom and understanding. And how much we think we can learn and understand, as much so we think we say, yo, me know everything. It's just like in our relationship with somebody. Or with you yourself. And certain new information come to you, tell yourself, so right, you know, yo, me know, you know. And when you say you know what you do, you open the door towards new information or you close the door. So when all the new information are passed, what happens? If your door lock, and new information are passed, and riches are passed, money are passed, great ideas and insight are passed, and for your door lock, where you get, where you see, where you understand. fear, brother. For everything, brother. It's fear to nothing, brother. Because when you're done with all the fear you can get, you go end up with what? Nothing.
Destroy my use of these weapons by forcing me to tell how I use them. Do you not realize that you will break my grip on every person who heeds this confession you are forcing from me? Have you no mercy? Have you no sense of humor? Have you no sportsmanship?
Stop stalling and start confessing. Who are you to ask mercy of one whom you would destroy if you could? Who are you to talk of sportsmanship and a sense of humor? You, who by your own confession have set up a living hell on earth, where you punish innocent people through their fears and ignorance. As for minding my own business, that is just what I'm doing when I force you to tell how you control people through their own minds. My business, if it can be called a business, is helping to unlock the doors of the self-made prisons in which men and women are confined because of the fears you have planted in their minds.
The greatest weapon over human beings consists of two secret principles by which I gain control of their minds. I will speak first of the principle of habit, through which I silently enter the minds of people. By operating through this principle, I establish, I wish I could avoid using this word, the habit of drifting. When a person...
So you see where you have to look out for my people? You see where we have to look out for? These habits where we have. What we feel, say, yo, I know nothing, man. I just simple things. But you see simple things, when they say about simple trash blind eye. So for so long, as people blinded, Twin Supreme Radio Show, they have to open up with eyes. And this is not all about me and how me think. And this not have nothing to do with no one person. This have something to do with all the way where they participate in a Twin Supreme Radio Show, all who now participate same way. Just to get the information out there to my people. For so long more and do this. I never have the courage nor the confidence to come on live, come do this. But guess what, I look on them and say, Twin, say, you age almost half a year, not daddy. I swear. And how much more longer you go take to reach out to the people you can reach out for see me, brother. And do something about what you say you want to do. Can't wait, can't hold back no more, daddy. The time is what? The time is now. Because if we hold back any longer, brother, free time will go pass.
Begins to drift on any subject. He is headed straight toward the gates of what you earthbound call hell.
Describe all the ways in which you induce people to drift. Define the word and tell us exactly what you mean by it.
I can best define the word drift by saying that people who think for themselves never drift, while those who do little or no thinking for themselves are drifters. A drifter.
How much people on Twin Supreme Radio Show can actually say or know say every point in they for them own personal life or them a think for themselves. Or for them acts is all about my own perception to say them. So I know so guess what, me have my own free will. How much people on the radio show can say that? I'm want to text in the comment section for me, please. We there you don't know the show is here, brother. And we're here to educate oneself. Not tell nobody how to think, and nobody know how to think like me, but guess what? We have a lot of information and we want to share it amongst each other as Jamaicans so we can uplift the one of that spirit and one of that mindset and how we think and elevate oneself. Same way, there's a lot of things going on out there, we not understanding that. That's why we get up and I try to do a 9 to 5, daddy. And I try to waste the time, brother, and feel say, yo, guess what? After doing all of this work, to big up your damn self, you see, you check in, Omar, you check in, same, all of my people who check in this morning, big up on yourself. For so long, me there wait for the show start, and, the computer, but me just say so, and edit it and do back, and say, Twin, we not hold back, dog. We not going to make no excuse, brother, of not doing what we're supposed to do. I try to reach out there to the people, me have to try to reach out there to, and educate oneself, because me I learn, while me I do the show, me I work for myself, at this present moment, because I'm not there when I'm supposed to do, and I'm not reach more and reach it another day. And I still have a lot of these things where me I show the people, in me, when me have to work on, me have to get my file, that day, me have to file along myself, file along my mind, in terms of how me think, and when me want to think, Yo, I truly don't even know, man. But guess what? Big up on yourself, all of who there and they participate and willing to share with me, and they are with me. They go through my way and the ideas that we have in terms of working on our personal self and our own personal life.
One who permits himself to be influenced and controlled by circumstances outside of his own mind. He would rather let me occupy his mind and do his thinking than go to the trouble of thinking for himself. A drifter is one who accepts whatever life throws in his way without making a protest or putting up a fight. He doesn't know what he wants from life and spends all of his time getting just that. A drifter has lots of opinions, but they are not his own. Most of them are supplied by me. A drifter is one who is too lazy mentally to use his own brain. That is the reason I can take control of people's thinking and plant my own ideas in their minds.
I think I understand what a drifter is. Tell me the exact habits of people by which you induce them to drift through life. Start by telling me when and how you first gained control of a person's mind.
My control over the mind of a human being is obtained while the person is young. Sometimes I lay the foundation for my control of a mind before the owner of it is born. But
All right, watch out now. Then my twin brother all a little reason I see me, you know. And we are pretty thing and I love how the devil reach to that point when he go say, you know, before the owner is born, you know. And the man say my work power from in a belly, you know. You know how much things we think, I don't know, we think that you know much ideas we have what we get from our grandparents because our parents get it from them same way. And my twin brother always say, yo dog, you know, some want make a change in our life, brother. Yo, you know, so if we not change through his personal self, we picking them go come with the same dirty style and then dirty habit, brother. So right now we there and we have to appropriate remind, we have to work on our mind, brother. We know so guess what when that we get we follow generation, then we pick them. It now go be in this same direction, yeah, brother. Twin big up your damn self because you always a talk about this. I say, yo dog, right now that's a dog they are fine, you know. Cause dog I say, you know, say yo, look how we are live, brother. So me no love this, you know, say more make a change, brother, in our family, in our history, in our background, brother. And if we not put in the groundwork, who you feel I go do it for you, brother? Who you feel say I go make a change, brother? That's why we now as young people in a Jamaica, brother, have to change what? First, we mindset. Because when our mindset change, we pick them mindset change as well. And people don't know this, you know. Because some people just think say when they get your picnic have people. No, brother, your picnic consume your mind and your woman mind. So your two on mind come together to make feel mind same way and the habits them when have from you and your mother, from the both parents. So we don't think them way that we don't look for logical sense them way, brother, but this is how it work. So guess what? Your attention.
manipulating the minds of that person's parents. Sometimes I go further back than this and prepare people for my control through what you earthbound call physical heredity. You see, therefore, I have two approaches to the mind of a person.
Yes. Go on and describe these two doors by which you enter and control the minds of human beings.
As I have stated, I help to bring people into your world with weak brains by giving to them before birth as many as possible of the weaknesses of their ancestors. You call this principle physical heredity. After people are born, I make use of what you earthbound call environment as a means of controlling them. This is where the principle of habit enters. The mind is nothing more than the sum total of one's habits. One by one, I enter the mind and establish habits, which lead finally to my absolute domination of the mind.
Tell me the most common habits by which you control the minds of people.
That is one of my cleverest tricks. I enter the minds of people through thoughts which they believe to be their own. Those most useful to me are fear, superstition, avarice, greed, lust, revenge, anger, vanity, and plain laziness. Through one or more of these, I can enter any mind at any age. But I get my best results when I take charge of a mind while it is young, before its owner has learned how to close any of these 9 doors.
So when you get your picnic, brother, and you know situate yourself in a one different way, how you can make your picnic see life on a different perspective. What you feel say you do, you help the devil cause, you know, brother. And that me I get to understand this man. Say we as parents, you know, help the devil cause, you know, to grow, you know, amongst we as people, and then what you feel say though? It take it time, brother, family now we picnic them same way, brother, through what generation after generation after generations. And that's why we still stuck. Most people then, because everybody's stuck in our world, because there's a lot of people out in our world have these information long time and know what go on and know how to situate themselves. That me I tell her, I know how to change for them pick the mindset same way. Because so a man think it, so is he.
Then I can set up habits which keep the doors ajar forever.
I'm catching on to your methods. Now, let us go back to the habit of drifting. Tell us all about that habit, since you say it is your cleverest trick in controlling the minds of people.
As I said before, I start people drifting during their youth. I induce them to drift through school without knowing what occupation they wish to follow in life. Here I catch the majority of people. Habits are related. Drift in one direction and soon you will be drifting in all directions. I also use environmental habits to give me a definite grip on my victims.
I see. You make it your business to train children in the habit of drifting by inducing them to go through school without aim or purpose. Now, tell me of some of your other tricks with which you cause people to become drifters.
Well, my second best trick in developing the habit of drifting is one that I put into operation with the aid of parents and public school teachers and religious instructors. I warn you.
All right, my people, we get one civic understanding of how the devil really work then way the same way. So we want check in on the devil inside in terms of how he deal with the government thing, same way, and what kind of control him have on these people. You understand?
Your statement would be sound, but fortunately for millions of your victims who will gain their release because of your confession, this interview will continue until you have supplied me with the weapon by which you will eventually be restrained from domination of people through their fears and superstitions. Remember, Your Majesty, your confession has just begun. After I wring from you a description of the methods by which you control people, I will force you also to give the formula by which your control can be broken at will.
So I tell my people for you to sit back and relax and take notes if you don't have to see me or you can go check out the interview with the devil or out within the devil and YouTube on yourself. You understand? Because it's a long book, brother. It's a lot of information, brother. And when you consume this information, your life would be a total, you will think different. If all walk, you walk different. You even realize, say, yo, you know, so my life changed so much. All the neighbors say, yo, you look so excited, dog. Oh, you laugh so much. You tap all scrub your face, brother. May I tell you, the information, brother, is the best information out there, brother. And a lot of information is out there on YouTube for we can see every time. I may always emphasize on the people and say, yo, brother, careful what you look for, man. Because then say seekers are finders, or where you seek for, brother. May I tell you.
It's true, I shall not remain here long enough to defeat you, but the published word I leave behind me will be deathless because it will consist of truth. You fear the opposition of no individual because you know it will be short, but you do fear truth. You fear truth and nothing else, for the reason it is slowly but definitely giving human beings freedom from all manner of fear. Without the weapon of fear, you would be helpless and entirely unable to control any human being. Is that true or false?
I have no alternative but to admit that what you say is true.
Now that we understand each other, let us go ahead with your confession. But before we continue, I may as well take time out to do a little boasting on my own account, now that you have had your fling at it. I will confine myself to one question, the answer to which will give me all the satisfaction I want. Is it not true that you control only the minds of those who have allowed the drifting habit to be fixed upon them?
Yes, that is true. I have already...
Yeah, man, you see it? You see it? The man, I show you, say, brother, until you put on a foot in terms of information, brother, and go there, go seek for information, brother, and try to educate yourself, brother. The devil not have always have control in brother until you put this line of understanding and effectiveness in your life, then it change go coming. Done.
admitted this truth in a dozen or more different ways. Why do you tantalize me by repeating the question?
There is power in repetition. I'm forcing you to repeat the highlights of your confession in as many different ways as possible, so your victims may check this interview and determine its soundness by their own experiences with you. That is one of my little tricks. Do you approve of my method?
You couldn't be setting a trap for me for the purpose of doing some more boasting, could you?
I am asking the questions and you are doing the answering. Go ahead now and confess why you are powerless to stop me from forcing this confession from you. I want your confession for aid and comfort to victims of yours whom I intend to release from your control the moment they read your confession.
I am powerless to influence or control you because you have found the secret approach to my kingdom.
So you see it, my people? Take notes because this I secret approach to the kingdom and where kingdom they level in your mind. So in your own personal mind, you have to have strategy, brother, to use against yourself because nobody now fight against you, you know? Who will fight against you? Now yourself, brother. Now yourself you have to deal with that all twist, every turn, every time, everything in your life, you know, brother, and you make it happen, you know, regardless of if you want to look on it the way that me say, nobody have to think like, oh, me thinking and then have to look on it or me look on it, you know. But facts are facts, you know, brother. This is the truth if me never born, you know, that I tell you, you know. I truly what you are going, man. Listen.
Know that I exist only in the minds of people who have fears. You know that I control only the drifters who neglect to use their own minds. You know that my hell is here on earth and not in the...
Which part L? That may ask somebody, you know, which part L exists, may ask a question upon the last show. That's why we continue with the book, yeah. Which part L there? Yeah, man say L there. Here on earth, L there, brother. So man talk about, yeah, me go hell. And go hell hot. Yeah, me Jamaican, yo, dog. And Jamaican, I go mash up hell, brother. When Jamaican go down there, they have left cause Jamaican go down there with AC. And we have to keep cool because we bleed so white.
Only comes after death. And you know also that drifters supply all the fire I use in my hell. You know that I am a principle or form of energy which expresses the negative side of matter and energy, and that I am not a person with a forked tongue and a spiked tail. You have become my master because you have mastered all your fears. Lastly, you know that you can release all of my earthbound victims whom you contact, and this definite knowledge is the blow with which you will deal me the greatest damage.
Yeah, man say we can release all our people in the world with who we get contact with. So man, big up yourself, twin, big up yourself. I don't know everybody who check in see me because not everybody text in. So no can text in on name and make a shout out on the show as well. Big up on yourself, check in all who go check in as us viewers. You understand? Me I tell you, brother, the information, brother, go free your mind. And when your mind free, brother, you know, release the chain there, because your mind, I run a mind the chain, you know, I swear.
I cannot control you because you have discovered your own mind, and you have taken charge of it.
Nice.
There
Love that.
now, Mr. Earthbound, that confession should feed your vanity to the bursting point.
That last dart was unnecessary. Knowledge of the sort I have used to master you does not contaminate itself with vulgar indulgence in...
Where man say, knowledge of the thought when you used to master who? The devil. So how you gonna master the devil, daddy? By what? Educating yourself, brother. Educating who? Yourself. And when you educate yourself, brother, you educate your picnic them were born already and who not born yet. That's why you work, dog. So pretty thing deep.
Kennedy. Truth is the one and only thing in the world that can stand ridicule. Now let us continue with your confession. What is wrong with the principle of flattery? You use it, do you not?
Do I use it? Man alive, flattery is one of my most useful weapons. With this deadly instrument, I slay the big ones and the little ones.
Your admission interests me. Go ahead now and tell me how you make use of flattery.
I make use of it in so many ways it is difficult to know where to begin. I warn you, before I answer in detail, that publishing my answers will bring down an avalanche of ridicule on your head for bringing up the question.
I'll take the responsibility. Proceed.
Well, I may as well here admit that you have stumbled onto the major secret of how I convert people to the habit of drifting.
That is a startling admission. Go ahead with your confession and stick strictly to this subject of flattery. No more side remarks and no more facetiousness for the present. Tell me all about your use of flattery in gaining control over people.
Flattery is a bait of incomparable value to all who wish to gain control over others. It has powerful pulling qualities because it operates through two of the most common human weaknesses, vanity and egotism. There is a certain amount of vanity and egotism in everyone. In some people, these qualities are so pronounced, they literally serve as a rope by which one may be bound. The best of all ropes is flattery.
That's it. rope. So flattery is a rope where one put on your neck. So we unconsciously play a part in our own death in hanging ourselves because somebody flatter we down. So you hurt the woman or you hurt the man. Seduction.
Flattery is the chief bait through which men seduce women. Sometimes, in fact, frequently, women use the same bait to gain control of men, especially men who cannot be mastered through sex appeal. I teach its use to both men and women. Flattery is the chief bait with which my agents weave their way into the confidence of people from whom they procure information needed to carry on warfare. Wherever anyone stops to feed his vanity on flattery, I move in and begin to build another drifter. Non-drifters are not easily flattered. I inspire people to use flattery in every human relationship where its use is possible, because those who are influenced by it become easy victims of the drifting habit.
Can you control anyone who is amenable to flattery?
Very easily. As I have already told you, flattery is of major importance in alluring people into the habit of drifting.
At what age are people most susceptible to flattery?
Age has nothing to do with one's susceptibility to flattery. People respond to it in one way or another from the time they become conscious of their own existence until they die.
Through what motive can women be most easily flattered?
Their vanity. Tell a woman she is pretty or that she wears clothes well.
What motive is most effective in harpooning men?
Egotism, with a capital E. Tell a man he has a strong Herculean body or that he is a great business tycoon, and he will purr like a cat and smile like an opossum.
Jesus Christ. Make a big up yourself, brother. Me I tell you. This information make you have to laugh to yourself. See me because I saw you all away. I saw you all away go about it, you know. Yeah, man, in a real life, man, I saw you all away really go about it, man. You see me? Because this is just some ways and some means how for just, you know, use people. Everybody are user in a some form. I would have said that. And nobody now to agree with me. But we all look upon people in our aspects, say. Either we use them for our personal gain or a personal reason, or we just use them to reach to some level of height, or we just use them for our own personal use then. Because people use it for them personal use and then use it for other uses. And just check it every time somebody said they need or take you as a friend, or in our relationship with a girl, or in our relationship with a man. At some point in time, if when you look for what go on use, you get used. You understand?
To that, you know what happens.
Are all men like that?
Oh no. 2 out of every 100 have their egotism so thoroughly under control that even an expert flatterer couldn't get under their skins with a double-edged butcher knife.
How does a cunning woman apply her art of flattery in attracting men?
Great heavens, man, do I have to draw a picture of her method for you? Have you no imagination?
Oh, yes, I have imagination enough, Your Majesty.
I'm glad to use the word imagination because I heard that the day to the Pantun Supreme Radio Show is imagination. I want to go check out the same way. We not keep it short too long this morning. We go in a discipline look for the same way. And then we go check out if people understand about physical sense, we know that. But they never teach you about spiritual sense, how much spiritual sense we have. So we go into that shortly, but we go just finish up this.
But I'm thinking of the poor dupes of the world who need to understand the exact technique with which they may be flattered into the habit of drifting. Go on and tell us how a woman can harpoon rich and presumably smart men.
This is a devilish trick to play on women. But since you demand the information, I am helpless to withhold it. Women influence men through a technique consisting first of ability to inject soft, cooing baby toe.
So all I man them woman have wrap up around their finger, wrap up around their neck, around their ass, around their waistline. Information time that you just get your pen and paper dog and just write down all of you can write down and see how you can, you know, release yourself from this.
Into their voices. And second, by closing their eyes into a half-closed position, which registers hypnotism in connection with the flattery of men.
Is that all there is to the business of flattery?
No, that is only the technique. Then comes the motive.
Yeah, man, and the show up in and so you can call in and number 530-3187. You can call in anybody have anything to say on the show. You understand? If you know enter like broadcast or talk about phone one product and because we do the same as well, you know, understand? You don't know. So we all about sharing ideas. We're all about one of the insights on how we think and what we are trying to achieve out of this. So we are trying to achieve growth as human being, how we think, how we go act in our future, and the breaking of these chains for our children and for the generations to come. Alright? So with no further ado, 40 minutes gone in our show, then
A woman uses as a lure. The type of woman you perhaps have in mind never sells a man herself.
We're going to self-discipline, right? You know, CMA. But we want to ask one question on the show me I talk about from when CMA. We have two sides to us, right? We have a physical side, which is this, right? Because this is physical. They never teach you about the spiritual side that we don't. But me get to learn by educating myself, CMA. We always learn about spirit and you know, but we never really understand how it really works. If your body in your spirit or your spirit in your body. Don't. But there's 5 senses to the physical body, right? And you can see, and you can hear, and you can smell, and you can taste, and you can touch down. That are 5 senses then give it down. Right? Yes or no? Physical sense. What happened to spiritual sense? Who know any of these spiritual sense can text it in a comment section or call in on the radio show. Right now, because you don't know, we are going to deal with them sense another day. Alright, so it is there. You see me take off the phone off do not disturb. That means if nobody a call me get the call. Right? So big up on yourself to all who check in so far upon the show. And we just go in that time, we go in a self-discipline and we go come to a halt this morning. Because you know we are keeping show short and spicy. We now OD. Big up to all who are stream, all who live, all who go watch it later. You understand all our radio show fans, them all our no fans yet, go like, share and subscribe to the channel because I see you like the content and you like what go on over here. Yes, so big up in the meantime radio show as well. You see me? Where, you know, regular twin them do see me and then this is the next half of the twin see me. You see me? Big up my twin brother over there in Florida. Daytona, you don't know, you got big up on yourself because I'm lucky as well. You see me? Yesterday we do an Instagram live and it was phenomenal to see amount of people check in. And I say, yo, you know, so one time when I go in a reason for some topic, I'm love it, sure, brother. You know, so if you go live more often, brother, because anytime phone thing them, brother, remember, you know, everybody have different insight in terms of how they're thinking and what they want to educate themselves on, you know, brother. We could have go play some music and talk about kill some people and do it. No, brother. That now go grow we, brother, that now go grow the country, that now go give you no better insight now, no ideas, brother, because that is already out there so much. Because the devil don't claim 98% of people, so at 2% of the God. So we know as people now look on and say, yo, twin, if you can educate more people same way, we can take away our next 2% from the devil same way, though. And give God even 4% and give devil 96% and say, all right, at least we are capitalized with our people, so we are moving in one direction where we can see forwardness in this, though, and we can see growth and better understanding. And then, you know, so we fight against one another less. In terms of having one old car, one. You intend to your new one car, you know, better so car, no car, just an everyday car making. So if you have one 2021 RD, one 2021 any car, CME. 2021 have gone, brother. So when 2022 come, you have a new car? No. We cannot keep up with the system, brother, in terms of we having the newest and the freshest things. And that's so most people look on it, brother, like it's like if you don't have these things, a man no value you, dog. A woman no value you. Some people not even value themselves, they don't have them vanity, you know, dog. I tell you, you know, dog, we run taxi, you know, brother. I mean, I tell us, brother, if you see and understand how much people out there, brother, would never drive in your regular car, brother, and take the same driver out of your regular car, put him in one bus, brother, what do you, man? Everybody are flocking there, brother. So people and think, brother, and take him back out of the bus and put him back in one car and see the same somebody will drive him there and say, yo, dog, man, I'll come today, dog. But guess what? It's just people and how they think. And then we grow now of accept these things and make none of it, brother. You understand? Yeah, man, big up yourself, man. We grew up to understand people and know, say, guess what? No make no when nobody do and say, bother your dog. And me are one of these victims where used to make people think and settings will make it bother me. But guess what? By educating myself, same way, that's how I really radio show to educate more away, same way, so we can have less of these thinking. What you mean? Big up yourself. You know where you go. If you don't want to call in the number 530-3187, you can call live so you can dip on the show. You can hold a conversation same way. You understand? Because that's how you go, you know. We about coming together. Is a togetherness we are trying to build on a program here. Not about twin, because this is not about me, but so much people in fear of doing something like this, building one show where we can come together and teach one another things, same way, share insights, same way, because we are all for people around, we know we know all for things in our not sharing and not teach nobody in a course. So your dog right now, people are going to think weird. A whole for people out there have information, man. So we build a channel to bring in the people who have the information to come share it and be a part of this, because we are trying to build a community within Jamaica where we can share ideas, we can open up one another knowledge, we can educate oneself, we can teach people different. So remember, you know, all are we, you know, or most are we, you know, because between 25 and 34 people, you understand? Between 25 and 34, the age of the people who check in on Twin Supreme Radio Show. Most of these people are parents and they don't know if you go them picnic. And just imagine you can come on the live, yeah, or check in on the show at some point in time and get some insight and some ideas where we can better off you, your picnic, your family, and change how we look on life and in a different position. Wouldn't that be a success in your life, or my life, or any of us' life in Jamaica, or out there in the world? Yeah, man, I think so. Yes, it would. So call in who want call in, same way. We go in a discipline this morning, because you know, say I saw things set up, you know, you don't know you're going to self-discipline and everything. So if we understand these things, same way, you don't know it on the internet, so we have to just put in the work, same way. And we sharing our insight, you know, and we are use other people's insight on the internet as well to show us, I know we alone think we are. You understand? Self-discipline is everything, same way. So you don't know we go right with us so this morning, and you'll get some insight, and then we go tune in to who listen. There's so many self-discipline books out here, but we're gonna go with that one this morning.
How to build self-discipline, resist temptations, and reach your long-term goals.
So after me build the radio show, same way, me realize that we lack of so much great things in our life, like self-discipline, because most of we not discipline, you know. Even me they work on discipline right now, you know, same way, you know. I have to keep myself disciplined. Me tell the people, them say, yo, you know what, you go do that show, yeah, 10 o'clock. You understand? So we want to keep up with the same way. We want to make sure so we have good information to share with the people them same way. And we want the people them share for them insight, because me open to learn as well. And all I would learn from me same way, me can learn back something from the same way, big up on the damn self. You see me? Yeah, man, we're there.
Written by Martin Meadows. Narrated by John Geinpen. Download my other book for free. I want to thank you for buying my book and offer you my other book, just as long and valuable as this book. It's called Grit: How to Keep Going When You Want to Give Up. Completely.
So we are get books and books where we can tune into. You understand? Where we can go educate yourself. You see on YouTube, as me say, you can go on YouTube, go save your time. Likewise, you can go on YouTube, go waste your time. Who think like that? I do.
Free. You can find it at www.profoundselfimprovement.com/how-to-build-self-discipline. In Grit, I'll share with you how exactly to stick to your goals according to peak performers and science. In addition to getting grit, you'll also have an opportunity to get my new books for free, enter giveaways, and receive other valuable emails from me. Again, here's the link to sign up: www.profoundselfimprovement.com/how-to-build-self-discipline. Prologue. Life is easy when you live it the hard way. The only choices that make the difference between mediocrity and success are the hard choices. The choice to stop eating unhealthy food and change your eating patterns. The choice to get rid of your television set and spend time educating yourself.
You see how me always I put this in a context, in and out of context. As me say, educating one's self. Because you can't change your life without education, dog. I don't mean say you have to go back to school, go sit down in a class and make teacher talk to you like a baby again, brother. You can do this by your own time. Because all of we get the same 24 hours in a day. So some people are progress and a propel and a better achieve things. How comes?
To follow
Self-discipline.
your dreams instead of conforming to the common idea of success that doesn't give you joy. The choice to keep fighting when you can barely stand on your feet. Self-discipline is the key that will help you make these hard decisions instead of sticking with what's easy and comfortable. People who focus.
Alright, in a same sense, sticking to what easy and uncomfortable. Remember, and me I learn this, same me, and I find the same common problem within myself, brother. And this is what me the work on right now, What you mean? Because you mean if I show, brother, the things were easy to do, it's still hard to do, brother. Because guess what? Either way, brother, you have to make up your mind, to do it, Because if you want to do it, it's easy to do. And it's easy enough to do, don't. Two-way easy, It's easy to do and it's easy not to.
On instant gratification, things that are safe, easy, and comfortable rarely reach their long-term goals. How do you build self-discipline in your life? How do you resist short-term rewards in order to reach your long-term goals? This book is the answer to these questions. Although I've been a self-disciplined person ever since I can remember, thank you, Mom, I always seek more information and advice about making myself more effective at resisting temptations. I abstained from food for over 40 hours. For 2 months, I took 2 5-minute long ice-cold showers every single day. I went on a strict diet and lost over 30 pounds in 12 weeks. On more than several occasions, I ran in shorts in -4 degrees Fahrenheit for 30 minutes. I lifted heavy weights to the point I saw stars in my head. I wrote over 100,000 words in a single month, which amounts to a 400-page long novel. Why the hell do I do all these crazy things? The answer is simpler than you think. No, I'm not a masochist. I do them to test my boundaries and discover how far my self-control goes. I have no doubt there's nothing more important to a successful life than to maintain a high level of self-discipline and keep growing on a daily basis. Hence,
Keep growing what? On a daily basis. So due to what we do, what we say, and how we act, as so one can grow. So some people look for growth is just getting tall. You understand? Some people look for growth to say, yo, say me a 30 now, or me a 40 now, me a 50 now, me a big man, me a grow. And that's all alone growth, brother. You have growth, inner growth, and you have outer growth, brother. You have people growing at their mind, brother. You have people growing at their body. Which one I grow them you would want right now, till the day, brother. Because that's why maybe I show you, brother. Say, yo, while me, I go through these information with the people, me I grow myself as well, me I learn as well, same me. Me can get the discipline them in my own personal life as well and see how best me can stick to them and work them. You understand? We not gonna make it sure too long this morning and draw out same way, Bowl and Bossy Entertainment, Waterlane Studios, big up on yourself. Minx himself, you don't know if all of who check in same way. You don't know you go up Journey, big up your damn self. We there same way, make a big up yourself. Omar, big up yourself. Twin, big up yourself. All of who tune in. World Twin Supreme Radio Show fans, big up on yourself. All of who like, all of who share, all of who comment already, see me in the comment section and share the ideas and insights. So we can use them on the show same way. You don't know where you're going. Right, so Hillside Graphic Tees, big up yourself over the same way. You don't know we have to endorse the youth the same way because when I will link like that, when I will family. I tell you, Hillside Tees, you can check them out for no graphic design and things same way. We go come to a soon end to the show because we don't want to go over 1 hour this morning same way. But we're gonna deal with the 5 physical sense, right? And we cover seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, and touching, right? And then nobody never call in for the show. Because me feel somebody brave enough to call in for the show so we could have reason on these topics. You understand? But in a same sense, remember, you know, so we have 6 then. Who don't know, say a 6 spiritual sense we have. You understand? Yeah, man, we have 6 senses in terms of the spiritual senses. See, we have perception. So you can go check them out. Write down the 6 senses them. Spiritual sense, perception, the will, so the will to do what you have to do. You have memory, same way. You understand? You have reason. You understand? You have imagination. You understand? And you have intuition. So these are the 6 senses where we never learn nothing about. Same way. And more a big shout out to Bob Proctor. Every time I want to go check out Bob Proctor, same way, and the information about Bob Proctor is so me just really emulated by the man, because the information about Proctor and the vision of the man have for the world. The man want the whole of it can see the same. And Bob Proctor one is somebody them who make me have to get up off of my seat and say, "Oh, Twin Supreme Radio fans, show fans them, we are gonna do this, we are gonna educate one of the same way." Because the man do it and the man educate me, and the man show me say, "Guess what? Get up and do what you love, brother." Me sit down in my car every day, and everybody who come around me and them all a reason, me try to give them a good reason or a good insight same way. And we try to share positive things, or we can think, or we can grow each other. So with me, I do that in my car. I think the best do that in my car one, but we can do it on the internet as well, same way. So if more people can reach out, more people can get, because we don't know who are going through the same things and we are going through. Or me think and I must, oh, you thinking 7 brother, 7 different mind. But in the same sense, the whole of we have the same abilities. The whole of we get the same 24 hours in a day. So how some people make it more than some? Self-discipline. Done. Educating themselves. Same way. Understanding, so what you're thinking in your mind, not literally go so. And it must be that way there. So at the end of the day, we know if we know how to run these thoughts out of our head. We know if we know how to challenge our own personal self in terms of what we self tell with. And we know if we ask ourselves more questions and more things now. If we say, yo, what go on with this? I want to make you think that. You couldn't think one different way. You couldn't think more positive, more than negative. How you so negative, brother? How you think? Why these negative thoughts always come in your mind? How you can eliminate these thoughts then? You understand? How we can better have a better understanding. You ever like, it's like you ever the one side in your own body and watch your mind. I think one bag of things are here, so you know say when you're aware of certain things, you really understand. Say what because my mind I think about this and my mind I think about that. I want to go on over this. I won't get them a thoughts from. Yeah, I'll see somebody from school days or something happen. From grade 5, grade 6. And it come like you start remember some things from then time there. You full up your head of one bag of negative thoughts, brother, about the person or some things where you gone in the past. And how we deal with the past. If we there so no pan Twin Supreme Radio show now a reason this morning, and we place with energy now, what we have now in our past, what we energy there? The energy in our future or the energy gone in our past. And if we place our energy in the past, how that can help you? Can't help you, brother. Isn't it? So I just want to big up all our fans them this morning who tune in, all who never tune in yet, see me to go watch it live this morning. My friend them tune in, want to share up it, want to call in for the show. So we can make the show more enticing and nice and spicy up this, brother. You understand? So we there and we there look out for each other. And that's what we show all about it. All who check in this morning want to give a very special comment to you all if you sit down this morning and spend the time to stream live, you know, and get some different insight in terms of how we think, self-discipline, self-worth. To our next topic we'll go touch same here, because when more we work yourself and value yourself, same way we have better understanding and insights, and then we will change your perception. Yeah, man, we change the perception, same here, and that's one of our spiritual senses, perception. And we will. The will is the will where we put towards doing or achieving anything at all. You understand? Yeah, man. And with memory, now we go use now if you can think long term and think about the future and have vision. You understand? Imagination. So we can think about anything where we think about, we can imagine it and we can draw in our life right at this present moment. Because all of what we are attracting in our life is what we are imagining. So when you imagine shit, you get shit. You imagine sense, you get sense. You understand? So we did the same way and we are the reason and reasoning same way. So we have a reasoning faculties in a way where we can reason like oh we there now we are say yo you know say it's a man who can reason and people can listen to you and get better insight same way. So this is one of our spiritual senses by reasoning. You understand? Same way. Intuition. We want to go look up that word there. Same way. So we have six sense, six sense on the spiritual side. So the spiritual side is still more better to we to learn about or understand about so we can manifest better and greater things in our life more than with physical senses on the side. Because we physical meaning so we only can see, we only can hear, we only can smell, we only can taste and we only can touch. So what that bring in our life? Limitations, dog. Limitations, brother. Limitations, sisters. So me learn these things. Me want to educate oneself, educate myself. See me big up yourself around the bossy Water Lane Studios. You understand? Me want to educate my people. So we have these power. We can disappear. We have these power. We can fly, but we never learn how to use them. So we want to get closer now to how we can get better understanding and better insight now, how we can develop and grow on these knowledge and wisdom and information so we can use them for ourselves or towards ourselves rather than use them against ourselves. Everybody this morning who stream this morning, big up on yourself. And I don't know. Team Supreme Radio Show at its best. They are stream this morning, see me. Oh, and peace, we are reason though. Nobody not calling this morning for the show. So I don't know where go. We'll come to an end now after 11 now. Sorry for your late start because I'm going to try the stream from about 15 to 10 and the computer will never pick up CMA, so we just have to go around and do it all over again. But it still work out this morning, so give thanks and praise to everybody who stream. Yeah, man, big up on yourself. We're going to come to an end. So all of who know want comment, all of who know want ask no questions, CMA, you're not going to catch up on the next show. Don't big up on yourself to all over there. Out. DJ Criminal Building.